What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. Salman, let's get straight into this. Salman, there's a small fight next week. Canelo Alvarez v Dmitry Bivol. Dmitry Bivol, great fighter. He says that Canelo's not going to come to my division and beat me.
Okay.
You know, he said Canelo's been beaten before many times. And
Many times.
he's not unbeatable. Basically saying that he's been beat by Golovkin, beat by Lara, beat by all those guys.
Okay.
And he's saying that I can beat him. I'm going to do it. You know, I'm the bigger guy here. I'm a very skillful boxer.
But my thing would be to Dmitry Bivol. I would ask him, doesn't every single one of Canelo's opponents say the exact same thing? There's no point saying it. Just go in and do it.
Salman, let's be brutally honest. Yeah, that's true what you're saying. But Bivol's a bit different. You know, Bivol's not every single opponent. Bivol's not Billy Joe. Bivol's not Callum Smith. And Bivol's not, Caleb Plant. We know that Bivol is a level above those guys. So then it comes down to how good is Dmitry Bivol? How good is Bivol?
Yeah, but that's what I keep saying. So, like, for us to, until he's in there, for all we know, Canelo could beat the crap out of him. So we don't know yet. He's untested goods. Only when he goes in there and proves it against
Salman,
Canelo,
there are people that are also saying that Bivol could stop Canelo. You know what I mean? But are we overlooking the possibility of Bivol stopping Canelo just because of the fact that Canelo's not been stopped? But Bivol's a big guy. He can crack.
But everyone can have their opinion. But if Bivol stops Canelo, right, I think it'll just be like Canelo's, like, something's wrong with him. Or he doesn't punch hard enough, man, to stop Canelo. I'm sorry. Like, look, Tony Bellew dinged it up. Like, if you're under 200 pounds, you're not stopping Canelo. Simple as that. It doesn't matter if you're Dmitry Bivol or Beterbiev, you're not stopping Canelo. You just can't stop him.
I think Beterbiev is a problem.
He's not stopping Canelo. Mark my words.
If he hits him on the chin,
well, if Canelo hits him on the chin, you're not stopping Canelo. Canelo's too tough. He spars heavyweights and cruiserweights. You know, they're not stopping him. Let's be. Everyone knows the truth. They're not. Look. Dmitry Bivol could be a great fighter, but listen, that's yet to be proven. Like, he keeps saying that, oh yeah, he ain't coming up to my weight class and beating me. I'm the top dog. But everyone says that. He just needs to, look at what other people have said and just think, you know what, I'm not going to talk.
But Dmitry Bivol is different. Dmitry Bivol is different. Dmitry Bivol is a very skillful boxer. You know, and Dmitry Bivol is a big guy. And if Canelo isn't able to break down Dmitry Bivol, he could be in trouble.
He could be in trouble, but it's all could and shoulda, and we don't know. Like, as I said, with me, I'm a type of guy.
How much do you rate Dmitry Bivol? How much do you rate him?
From what I've seen that so far, like, he's not like, I don't look at him and go, wow, like a Jaran Boots tennis. It's not. I don't have that same sort of feeling for.
Does he beat Charlo? Does he beat Benavidez?
What Benavidez and Charlo Charlo's a 160.
Doesn't matter. Does he beat him?
Well, yeah, because he's so much bigger than them. And Charlo's a 160, and Benavidez is untested goods as well.
But isn't
I don't think Benavidez is that good, anyways. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, but isn't those the guys that Canelo's supposedly ducking? And
yeah, but that's just what fans say. Forget what they say. They know nothing about the sport. Look, all I've got one question for the fans. On what basis does Benavidez beat Canelo? Name me one fight Benavidez has been in where you can say that, do you know what, he's looked class, he schooled this guy, or did something great. He's fighting David Lemieux.
But Salman,
David Lemieux was schooled by Billy Joe Saunders 5 years ago.
You can't say the fans don't know anything about the sport. You know, the fans have their opinions, and a lot of their opinions, maybe...
Yeah, but I'm talking about the fans that are saying that basically David Benavidez, Canelo's ducking David Benavidez. That is clearly not true. Because the thing is, David Benavidez is fighting David Lemieux, and I just told you, Billy Joe schooled David Lemieux 5 years ago. Why is he fighting David Lemieux? What does that do for his legacy? And imagine if he gets knocked out against David Lemieux or has a hard fight against David Lemieux.
How do you see that one going?
I think Benavidez should destroy David Lemieux if he's as good and he's this big puncher and monster guy.
I don't know.
If you don't know, then he's not as good as what you think he is. Because, if someone like Billy Joe schooled him comfortably, didn't even win one round against Billy Joe.
We've mentioned this before, styles make fights.
So let's
You
see
know,
then.
David
No,
Lemieux.
I don't care what styles make
David,
fight. If he doesn't beat David Lemieux, he can't beat Canelo. It's as simple as that. No styles make fight. If he can't beat David Lemieux, and if he can't stand there, have a toe-to-toe with David Lemieux and knock him out, he ain't beating Canelo. It's as simple as that. I'm telling you. Styles don't make fights. There's levels to
what I'm
this game.
talking about, but like you're saying Billy Joe. Billy Joe's a boxer and mover. David Benavidez is a fast-handed guy and he stands and trades.
Exactly. So
And
he should destroy Lemieux.
No,
If he's that big of a puncher and that monster.
Lemieux's a big puncher.
Yeah, but look what Golovkin did to Lemieux.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
Golovkin's different gravy. He's different gravy.
So that's what I keep saying. People, these fans keep hyping up David Benavidez. If he can, let's see if he destroys Lemieux then. If he's such a killer.
Listen, they're saying David Benavidez won't just beat Canelo, he'll stop him.
He won't even stop Charlo, man. He's not a better fighter than Charlo. David Benavidez is not a better fighter than Charlo. Charlo's more tougher. He's got a better chin. I've seen David Benavidez get dropped by a bum. And I'm being honest. I don't like disrespecting fighters. He's been dropped by a bum. A guy that no one even knows. His legs were all over them and he went down. Charlo, you're talking about a guy. You're talking about a guy.
He never got dropped by a bum.
Sorry, who did he get dropped by then?
Yeah, I think it was Ronald Avril, I think. And he's not bum.
Now, all right, let's ask these fans, who's Ronald Avril? Have you ever heard of him? Was he a guy?
No, that's harsh.
What's Ronald Avril done after that fight? What's he done?
That's harsh.
It's not harsh.
It's harsh. That's harsh. No, Ronald, that's not harsh.
If you get dropped by a fighter that everybody knows, then fair dues.
No, but many fighters have been dropped. Manny Pacquiao's been knocked cold by two guys we don't know about early on in his career. What does that mean? You know, you can't, and Benavidez didn't lose. You know, he won the fight, so I don't agree with that at all. You know, Amir Khan got knocked out by Bradis Prescott, and Bradis Prescott who was that? You know what I mean? Like, and Khan went on to have a successful career after that. So no, I'm not with that theory. I'm not with that theory one bit, to be honest. You know what? I'm not.
I just don't think the thing is the hype people put on fighters. The thing is with me, I'm a type of guy. Yeah, I when I see talent, I say like Jaron Boots Ennis, world class. But with me, I don't buy into it unless they beat someone that you think, wow, he beat that guy. Like, for example, it's like no one was giving Terence Crawford credit. They were like, Sean Porter was going to batter Terence Crawford. He's too small. Sean Porter's too big. And Sean Porter went and stopped a guy that's never been stopped in his whole career. He might have gone down, but he's never been stopped. No one's physically been able to stop him. And Crawford went and stopped him. With me, I need to see it. I need to see the talent. Like, it's all right having talent, but you've got to put in the performances. And Benavidez hasn't yet put in a performance where I think, wow, he might do. I'm not saying he won't, but when he does, then I'll give him his flowers. You know, you got to put in the work. You've got to put in that body of work for me to. Now look. Canelo's put in that body of work. Canelo's a superstar. He's he's a pound for pound number one in my eyes. And look, I haven't been the best Canelo fan. You know, I thought Billy Joe was going to beat Canelo. But you got to realize if someone proves you wrong, you've got to give him the props. You can't sit here and say that if the better man wins and he proves it, you've got to give him his flowers. What, you're going to just sit here and say, oh no, Canelo's not a good fighter, or a better mover would have beaten him? No, you can't say that. If you beat, you thought that guy was going to win and he didn't. So give the other guy the props. And I'm not going to stop giving Canelo props because he's a throwback fighter. You know, Canelo's reminds me, of a fighter that fights everyone. He's not scared of anyone. Why would he be scared of Benavidez if he's going one way up and fighting another champion at a higher weight class? In my opinion, I think Canelo's an absolute beast for that. He's gone up more weight classes than all of these guys, Andre Ward, Golovkin, all of them. He's treading the waters. This guy's a great fighter. You know, how many weight classes did Andre Ward go up? One? Started at 168. He went up one weight class. Look how many weight classes Canelo. He started at 147, went to 154, went to 160, went to 168, and now at 170. That's 5 weight classes. That's 5 weight classes, right? So give the guys props. You know, Golovkin's moving up. I think if he fights Canelo the second time, he's only going to be moving up 1 weight class. So let's stop this. You know, Canelo's a great fighter. And he's not just a great fighter. He moved up 5 weight classes, which a lot of fighters don't do. They don't challenge themselves. You know, so props to Canelo. You know, Canelo ain't ducking none of these guys, because when these guys go in there with a warrior like Canelo, yeah, they're gonna know what time it is, because Canelo don't come to get knocked out. You know, Canelo, no offense, but Canelo isn't Ronald Avril. You know, Canelo's Canelo, and Canelo will show Benavidez what time it is. Yeah, when it comes down to who has more dog, Canelo or David Benavidez, I know where I'm putting my money. I know who has more dog.
Man, here's the thing. Dmitry Bivol is a very, he doesn't speak a lot. You know, he's a bit like Khabib. You know,
It
very
seems like he's
active.
speaking a lot, saying that, oh, I'm gonna beat him up. He's coming into my weight and this, that, the other. But
No, but he's just showing his confidence. He's showing that, yeah, I'm here.
the thing is with me, right? You can talk a lot and be good, or you might not talk a lot and you could be crap.
But Canelo also said that I'm unbeatable and I'm not going to get beaten by anybody.
Yeah, but the difference is between Canelo and Dmitry Bivol is Canelo can actually start saying these things right now because Canelo's proven it now. Canelo's he's a pound. Dmitry Bivol's not got the body of work of Canelo. You got to realize Canelo's going into this fight very confident. Canelo's fought guys better than Bivol already. I'm sorry, he's fought guys. He's been in there with Mayweather, Golovkin, all these other fighters. Just look at his resume. He's not afraid of Dmitry Bivol. This is Dmitry Bivol's wow moment of his career.
Okay,
Canelo's had these moments.
Take away.
Can he even deal with the occasion?
Take away Mayweather and Golovkin. Who else has he fought better than Bivol?
Look, we're gonna have to go through his resume. Probably Miguel Cotto. There's loads of fighters he's fought better. He's fought loads of names. Shane Mosley. What my point is that he's beat Saul Canelo Alvarez. This is new to Dmitry Bivol. This is just, another day at the office for Canelo. He's been in these big fights before, So, he's accustomed to it. Dmitry Bivol, the lights, the action might just, we might phase him when he gets in there. We don't know. Let's see what Dmitry Bivol, look, whether he talks or whether he doesn't, it's irrelevant. Your skills pay the bills. Mayweather used to talk, but his skills used to pay the bills every single time. Let's see if Dmitry Bivol, because whether Dmitry Bivol is outspoken or not isn't going to make a difference. Your skills are what your skills are, regardless. So let's see if his skills are, what they are. And let's see if his skills are good enough, he'll win. If not, they're not. But I don't personally, if you ask him for a prediction, I think Canelo all the way long. I think Canelo's hungry, he's determined, and I think he's looking to do a job on Dmitry Bivol.
Do you think he'll stop him?
Yeah, I think he'll stop him late, round 10. I think he stops him. I think he's going to bust him up. The thing is, you got to realize Canelo's going to work to that body. Do you know Canelo isn't going to be headhunting? Canelo's just going to pepper him to the body. And the thing is, didn't last fight he fight Craig Richards?
No, I believe he had someone else. He fought someone else. Craig Richards was a fight before, I believe.
Right. So, come on, look at his level of competition here, guys. It's not what Look, people can say, oh, Canelo's competition, but listen, Craig Richards is British level fighter who's fighting Joshua Buatsi next. So you got to realize Dmitry Bivol's competition hasn't been stiff, and this is going to be really stiff for him, really, really stiff. Who has Dmitry Bivol fought to be prepared for a fight like this? I just don't get it. And he's not even fought decent fighters, like Craig Richards, British level. Who was the fight he fought before that?
But he's fought Pascal. He's fought Joe Smith, who's the current champion.
Yeah, maybe those guys have prepared him then to fight Canelo. But let's see next Saturday whether, those guys have prepared him to fight Canelo.
Does Canelo go for undisputed if he was to beat Bivol at 175?
I think he'll become undisputed.
So you're telling me he beats Beterbiev then?
I think he becomes undisputed at 175, yes. I think he's going to do it and prove everyone wrong. People keep saying he's too small, he's not got enough reach, or not got enough size, he's going to get knocked out. Listen, we'll see in it, but listen, my money's on Canelo. I ain't doubting that guy. He's a beast right now. He's got a granite chin. He's got good boxing IQ, right? He knows how to adapt, right? And
you're telling me he beats Dmitry
Bivol and Artur Beterbiev and even all the other guys, Joe Smith, all of them.
Oh, I think that's a big call. Big call.
Let's see.
To say that he beats Artur Beterbiev, that's a big call. Big call. I'm not sure. I think he can beat them, yeah, but I think it's going to be tough. I don't think it's going to be like what it was at, the weight class below. No chance.
Let's see.
What do you make of the Golovkin fight? Just one before we leave. Canelo v Golovkin.
That's one where I think everyone's going to write Golovkin off, but I think that would play in Golovkin's hands. But if you look at it on paper, right, Canelo should be more dominating this time and win in more dominating fashion. Whether he could stop him, I don't know, but he should be more dominating. And with what Canelo's done compared to what Golovkin's done, Golovkin ain't fought for God knows how long. Canelo cleaned out a whole division in a year that Golovkin didn't even fight. Let's be honest. Like Canelo cleaned out a whole division, and Golovkin hadn't even fought once in that year. So I think Canelo should be more dominating, more devastating, and I think Canelo, man, I've got Canelo in that fight. I think Canelo should do a job on him. I'd be very surprised at this age, you know, as we've seen against Murata. I think Golovkin's slowing down now. He doesn't have the same feet work. His feet his legs aren't the same as what they used to be 6-7 years ago. And I think that'll mean that he can't beat Canelo now. Because if he ain't got the legs, well, he's got the legs, but not the same legs he had 6-7 years ago. Or when he fought Canelo the first time. Because he fought Canelo the first time in 2017, which was 5 or 4 years ago. And that takes a lot out of a fighter, 5 years. You know, it does take a lot out of a fighter. Like, when basically Joshua beat Klitschko after the Fury, that was only a year and a half. And people were like, Klitschko was finished. So imagine 4 or 5 years. That completely finishes you as a fighter completely. So, yeah, I think Canelo will be more dominating, and he'll bruise, as Abel Sanchez said, he'll bust Golovkin up this time, bruise him up and batter him, I think.
Leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. I'm absolutely knackered now, so I'm going to go bed. But leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.